Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and welcome to the xadmin channel. So guys, in this lecture we are going to learn how to add Spring Security using LDAP. And guys, for that, first understand what is LDAP and what is the use of LDAP and why we need LDAP. So guys, as the name suggests, LDAP is a lightweight directory access protocol, and it is an open and a cross-platform protocol used for the directory services authentication. So LDAP provides the communication language that application uses to communicate with the other directory services servers. So we can say that LDAP is a protocol and it is simply a one lightweight access protocol. So guys, the main purpose of the use of LDAP is for authentication. And like suppose that my application is an intranet based application which uses a very less people or mean accountable people. Then guys, instead of doing a role based authentication using database, we should use LDAP security. Alright, so guys, it can use for data which is common for everyone uses. For example, let's say that a basic information of a people can be stored and which is used by a many times. So since LDAP is faster in process than RDMS based database, but it cannot handle huge data. So guys, LDAP is faster than RDMS, but guys, LDAP cannot handle huge data. So basically LDAP means one file which has extension LDIF, where we can configure the username, password and the domain names. Alright, so guys, for LDAP we have to create one file with the extension LDIF, and inside this LDIF file extension we have to configure the username and the password and the domain names. Alright, so now guys, I am going to show you how to develop a Spring Security using LDAP. So guys, for that I am going to create a Spring Boot application using our Spring Initializer. So let's go to the Chrome and let's search for Spring Initializer, and here I will keep the main project and the Spring Boot I will take as 2.3.1. Alright, so let's change the group name here, com.xadmin.ldap. Alright, so let's change the artifact name as a Spring Security LDAP. Alright, and now guys, I'm going to add the dependencies. So first of all I will add the Spring Wave. Alright, and the second dependency I will add a Spring Security. Alright, and the third dependencies I will add LDAP. Alright, Spring LDAP. So guys, here I have added Spring Wave, Spring Security and Spring LDAP. Alright, so let's generate this project, save this. So guys, it is downloading. So guys, our project will download in a GIF format, so we have to extract it here. And now guys, I'm going to import this project to our Eclipse. So go to File, open project from File System, hit the directory, search for the project where we have downloaded, select this and open this. Now finish this. So guys, I have successfully added or imported our LDAP application inside our Eclipse. Alright, so now guys, I have to add a certain like a pom.xml. So guys, we have to add a pom.xml inside our so guys, now guys, I'm going to add some dependencies inside our pom.xml, and beneath our the test dependency. Alright, so guys, let me copy and paste this. So guys, let me paste it here. So guys, if you will see that I have added the three dependencies like the Spring LDAP core and the Spring Security LDAP, and also the unbounded LDAP SDK. So guys, these are the three dependencies I have added manually to our pom.xml. Alright, so now let's save our pom.xml. So now guys, I'm going to create the packages which we are required. So guys, I will create the two packages. The first package will be controller and the second package will be the config package. Alright, so guys, let's right click the Java, and here guys I'm going to create a package. So let's create the package with the name controller. All right, and guys inside the controller package I'm going to create our controller file class. So let's add one more package, and guys this will be our config package, and inside the config package I'm going to add our custom configuration, the Spring Security file or class. All right, so guys I have created the two packages, the config and the controller. So guys, the first of all I'm going to create a one controller. All right, so let's create a controller class, and guys let's keep this name as a application controller. All right, let's finish this. So let's annotate this with a REST controller to make it is a REST controller. Now add a request mapping to map the URL. Request mapping to add the URL. So guys I am going to add the URL like LDAP. All right, and now guys I'm going to create one method. So let's return type will be string, and method name, let's keep this method name as a security method. All right, and guys inside this method let's return a dummy string. So string like I'm going to pass, return a spelling is mistake, RETURN. all right, so let's pass dummy string like secure rest and points with LDAP. all right, so guys I have written, and now guys I will annotate this with a get mapping annotation, and let's pass the URL. Let's keep the URL as secure or security. all right, so guys here I have created a REST controller in which I have a request mapping as LDAP and a get mapping as a URL as security, and I have a method with security method, and guys it is returning a dummy string like secure rest endpoint with LDAP. all right, so now guys I'm going to, let's save this file. Now guys I'm going to create a configuration file, a custom configuration file. So let's create this class. So let's keep this name as a security config. all right, so let's finish this. So let's add a configuration annotation here. all right, and the second annotation I'm going to add to enable the global method security. all right, so let's add the enable the global method security, and guys inside this annotation let's add a pre post enable equals to true. all right, so guys I have added the two annotation, the configuration and the enable global method security. all right, and now guys as this is a custom configuration class, so guys we need to extend. So let's extend with a class the web security configure adapter class. all right, so guys we have extended this class with a web security configure adapter class, and now guys we have to override a configure method also. So guys to implement to apply the security to the any request, I am going to override a configure method, and guys the configure method will be like HTTP security argument type, and here let's remove all the automated things, and guys inside this method I am going to add a code to apply a string security to the any request. So for that let's add http dot authorize request. all right, and then guys I have to call any request, all right, dot fully authenticated dot and then I have to use a form login to show a default login form of the Spring Security. All right, so guys this is the code to apply a Spring Security of the to the any request. All right, and now guys I am going to add a method, a configure method with the parameter authentication manager builder. So guys now guys we need to specify authentication builder, and where you can specify the way you are going to apply the security. So guys here we are using the LDAP security authentication. So guys we have to define the LDAP security to this method. All right, so guys here you have here we are using the LDAP security authentication. So there you are going to apply the pattern and the group of all those things. So guys let's override the configure method with the parameter. So guys with the parameter authentication manager builder. All right, so let's remove all the dummy things added to the default, and now guys I will override this method or implement this method. So guys let me add the code first and then I will explain you. All right, so guys I have added the two method, and guys the first method is the configure method, in which we have a parameter like the authentication manager builder which I have created, and guys inside this method I have written this code. So guys first let import all these packages like a default from the LDAP package, and also we have to import the package the LDAP says password encoder from the org.springsecurity.crypto password package. All right, so guys I have imported all the packages, and now guys you can see that I have written this implementation of this method here, and guys auth.ldap authentication.user dn pattern, and guys inside this I have added the pattern, and the group search base is like the group search, and guys these are the things which we will add in our LDAP file. All right, so guys as dot the context source, and here I am adding the password compare. So guys it is going to take the password, and guys it is going to compare with the password encoder. LDAP says password encoder I am using. All right, and guys I have added one more method like the context source, which has a return type as a default Spring Security context source class, and here I am returning the object of the default security context source, and inside this I am passing by adding the list to the array list the URL of the LDAP is like LDAP localhost, and the port number is 8389. all right, and here the DC name is the Spring Framework, and the DC equals to organization org. All right, so guys these are the two methods I have added now, and guys this method the configure HTTP security method is for adding the Spring Security to the any request, and these are for activating or configure for the LDAP. all right, so guys these are the three methods we have to add to our Spring security configuration file, and we have to extend this file with the web security configure adapter class. all right, so now guys I am going to the resource folder, and here guys I am going to add the application properties file. So guys here I have to add the LDAP URL and all. So guys let me add the code and then I will explain you. So guys I have added the Spring LDAP embedded LDIF as the class path, and guys inside this we have to give the class path of the LDIF extension file. So guys now guys I am going to create a file for the LDAP file, and here the name of the file is like the test server, and the extension will be LDIF. okay, and guys inside this we have to give the class path. So guys, and the next guys I have written the Spring LDAP embedded base DN is like the DC equals to Spring Framework, and the DC is like org. all right, and the third I am written like the Spring LDAP embedded port number, and guys these are the port number, the default port number 8389, and now guys we have written our application port number is like 9090. all right, so guys these are the four line I have added to the application properties. So now guys I have to create a class like a file like the LDAP file with the name test server LDIF. So let's copy this file, and guys, inside the resource folder we have to add a file. So let's search a file here. So let's add a file, and let's give the name of this file as test server, and the extension will be LDIF. All right, so let's finish this. So guys, here we have to add the default configuration of the LDAP. So guys, let me copy and paste this file, and then I will explain you all these things. So guys, I have added the default file, the default content of this file to the test server LDIF. And guys, here you can see that the content is like the DC Spring Framework, and here are the OU group name and the DC Spring Framework. And guys, we have all this configuration here. And guys, here you can see that you have a UID or the username with the BANE, and the password is encoded. Okay, and here the password is like the BANE S, and the BANE S password. All right, and guys, it is encoded in by using an encoder. All right, so guys, this is the default file, the test server LDF file. And guys, okay, and guys, don't worry, I will add this file to my GitHub repository, and I will share the link of my project, and from there you can find the default file of the LDF. Okay, so let's save this file. So let's go to our Eclipse, and guys, here I have added my test server LDF. All right, so let's go to our Eclipse, and guys, still here we have done. So guys, I have created a LDF file, and here I have added the default configuration of the LDF file. And guys, I have added application.properties file. Inside this I have added the class path of the LDF file, and also the base BANE, the base DN as the DC Spring Framework and org, and the embedded port number of the LDAP is like 8389, and server port is 9090. So guys, these are the things you have to configure in application properties file. And we have our Spring configure custom configuration file class, and guys, in this we have extended with web security configure adapter, and here I have added the configuration annotation and also enable global method security. And guys, these are three methods you have to add. The first method is to allow Spring security to any request. All right, and the second method is to for the LDAP. So guys, here I am assigning the user DN pattern and the group people, and also the group search base is like groups. All right, and here I am using the password encoder as LDAP SAS password encoder class. All right, so guys, now, and guys, I have also added our controller, and this is a REST controller, and here we have request mapping as LDAP and the get mapping URL as security. So now guys, I am going to save my application, and now guys, I am going to run this application as a Java application. So let's run, and let's see that whether it is starting. So guys, you can see that our application is up, and guys, it is running on the 9090 port. Okay, so let's go to our browser, and let's hit the URL to access our endpoint of our application. So local host, and here we are using 9090. all right, 9090, and our request mapping was LDAP, and the get mapping URL was like security. All right, so let me check once. Yeah, LDAP and security. So let's go to the Chrome, LDAP and security. Okay, so let's hit the request. So all right, so guys, you can see that we got a Spring security login page. So guys, here I am going to add a wrong password first. So let's add a test and username and the test as a password, and let's hit the sign in button. So guys, you can see that we got a bad credential, and now guys, I am going to add a right username and right password which is present in our LDAP file. All right, so let's add the username as Ben. All right, and the password is like the Ben's password, PENSPASSWORD. All right, and let's hit the sign in button. So guys, as you can see that as the username and the password is correct, so guys it allow us to access our endpoint, and guys here it is running the secure REST endpoint with LDAP. All right, so guys, the username and the password is written inside our LDAP file. So guys, this is the LDAP file, and guys here you can see that we have a Ben UID and the password is encrypted in an encoder format, and guys the password is Ben's password. All right, so guys this is the default file of the LDAP, and guys here you are going to assign your username and the password. All right, so guys you can make your own LDAP file although. So guys here I am using the default file, the default LDAP file. All right, so guys these are the configuration you have to add to activate a Spring Security using LDAP. So guys, basically you have to add a LDAP file which has extension LDIF, and here you have to add this configuration inside our application properties, and then guys you have to create your own controller and you have to do a request mapping and all, and then guys you have to create a Spring Security configuration file which you have to extend with the web security configure adapter class, and you have to write this two method like to configure the LDAP. All right, so guys these are the configuration you have to add a Spring Security using LDAP. All right, so guys thank you and have a nice day, and see you in the next lecture.